Hey, coach, if you've ever heard yourself say, well, I need to do the inner money work first, then I'm here to set you straight. I am a money coach, so yes, I'm all about the inner money work. But overly focusing on healing or releasing trauma about money is more likely to cost you a lot of time and energy before you start seeing a result. I want you to do something else instead that will accelerate you making and keeping more money while shifting your relationship with money in the process. Yes, you get to experience both. It just needs to be in the right order. I'm Kendall. Tune in this week to learn how to strike the right sequence to doing the inner money work with also taking action so that you're making more money while you're also making those all-important mindset shifts. It's all here for you in this episode of the Money Coach School podcast. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Money Coach School podcast. To really excel at coaching women, you have to be skilled, confident, and even fearless at money coaching. If you're passionate about women holding genuine money power and love supporting women entrepreneurs, then this is the show for you. Now here's your host, money feminist Kendall Summerhawk.
Hello, beautiful coaches. So this year, I am more and more excited, like super excited and inspired to talk to you about money, how you make more of it, how you save it, how you not waste it on expenses that don't add value to your business or meaning to your life, how to be at peace with debt if you have debt, which most business owners do, how to create values with money that are intentional and serve you on the daily to make the making of money easier, how you are in relationship with money, how to shift those emotions, and how you give yourself permission to be the woman with a lot of money. That's a lot. I get it. But that's why you're here with me as your money coach. What I'm also super excited about that's coming up early this year is a brand new money coaching curriculum that's going to be taking place inside of my money mentoring program. So stay tuned for that. And if you're like me and you love hearing about things early, you can go to secretenergyofmoney.com and get on the wait list right now. Before we dive into this episode, if you can do me a favor and get into that 5-star action for just a moment, that would be so helpful, and I would so appreciate it. I want to get this podcast into the hands of more women because we all know that, number one, we're in a time where more women want money skills. And number two, we know that the more we shift money into the hands of women, the more good gets done in the world. All right, so today I want to realign your thinking about the inner work with money and practical outer actions. So 2 key points here today. Number one, money work is always 80% emotion and 20% actions. Now, I've heard conflicting ideas about money recently, and I want to address this here. So the first conflicting idea that I heard is a coach who does include money coaching in her offers say that how you handle money is 80% action and 20% mindset. I could not disagree more, and here's why. First, if that were true, then all you would need is a simple set of money actions to take and your money life would be handled. It would be easy peasy, like checking off items on a shopping list. But this is money we're talking about. And money is 80% emotions and 20% actions. Now, to be clear, absolutely, actions activate and drive new thoughts and feelings, which can then be coached on, resolved, and released so that you're moving forward, making and saving more money. Understanding this 80-20 split, 80% emotions and 20% actions, is why in my money mentoring, we always start with clarifying your money values and then start taking simple actions inside of your business, which we know are going to activate, I'm using that word politely here, limiting thoughts and beliefs and feelings about money. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing because those limiting thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about money are already present within you. You're already carrying them around with you. They're already there. What we're doing is using a simple action, and there's a number of simple actions I have my clients take to bring those limiting thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about money up to the surface so that we can coach on them and coach on them quickly, freeing you from them, and then you're moving on unlimited. And we keep using your top 3 money values as the filter or the driver of how you release those limiting thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about money and how you replace them with new, powerful alternatives. Now, let me give you an example why focusing this way really makes a difference. So, just this week, one of my clients inside my money mastermind celebrated signing on 2 new clients within 2 days of each other. One was a $10,000 client and the other an $8,000 client. So $18,000 in 2 new clients, which is fantastic. But what makes this victory so significant and so special is that this is the first time my client has ever done this. And even more significantly, it comes on the heels of months of her coming up against, really hitting her own glass ceiling of her previous limiting thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about money. They would come up, we coach. They come up, we coach. And there were plenty of moments where she really questioned if she would ever have a breakthrough. And of course, I knew she would. We just needed to stick with it. And she didn't quit. She has grit. I love that about her. And she learned through our coaching how to see those limiting thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about money not as truth, because when we started coaching, she was seeing them as truth, as facts. They're not. They're not truth. They're not facts. She was able to start seeing them as just a pattern of thinking that she actually has total control of and can change. And she did that with the result of $18,000 in new clients in just 2 days. So if all she did was focus 80% on actions, like that other coach out there was recommending, my client would never have seen any success. She was already taking action. She was already having potential client conversations that didn't convert, or having someone say yes to her offers and then ghosting her. All the things, right? But because we focused on the true 80% and shifting her pattern of thinking, believing, and feeling over and over again, she had her breakthrough and an $18,000 win. So number 1, money work is always 80% emotion and 20% actions. Now let's go on to point number 2. Stop focusing on healing as the goal. Now, hear me out on this because it may sound like I'm contradicting myself with what I just said in number 1, but I'm actually not. So yes, we address and coach on limiting thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about money all of the time, but we lead with an action. We don't lead with the inner work. Leading with an action gives the inner work context. It gives it purpose. Otherwise, what happens is you'll find yourself constantly just swimming around, circling, focusing on quote unquote healing, but never getting anywhere. No healing, no results, no shifts in your relationship with money. So let me go back to my example here, going back to my money coaching client who just made that $18,000 in 2 days with her 2 new clients. The goal wasn't healing. The goal was to bring in $10,000 in new cash in a 6-week time frame. Now, this was part of a 10K challenge that I gave everyone in the mastermind. So the action for her was to have conversations. Sounds simple, but what kept coming up for her were limiting thoughts, beliefs, and emotions about her offers, about keeping her business simple, about not having to be at the beck and call of clients, which is really about boundaries, and most importantly, shifting her identity from being the person who struggles to get clients, because that's how she was self-identifying before, to now being the woman who signs on premium clients. Now, she met the 10K challenge by almost double because she did 18,000 instead of 10. Yay. Let me give you a different example with a different client in my money mastermind. Same 10K challenge. So initially, this was 10K in 6 weeks, so it was a short period of time. So initially, that 6-week time period did not result in $10,000 of new cash for her. But what did happen is she held more enrolling conversations during that one period of time than she had had in the prior 4 months combined. And she birthed a new up-leveled niche for her business that is absolutely going to take her well over 6 figures this year. It's already brought in 3 referrals. I mean, she gave birth to that new niche, and then I think it was like within a week, had 3 referrals for it. Oh my God, totally awesome. And this is what I love so much about money coaching. Challenges, money goals, even the simplest of money actions that I teach and assign to my clients always create breakthroughs in exciting ways when you look at the money thoughts, beliefs, and feelings that are under the surface. And this is why my style of money coaching creates results over time, and those results are permanent. So, to wrap up here, if you limit money mindset work to just positive thinking or manifesting, then you limit the real opportunity you have to take control of your relationship with money, to reprogram your thinking, beliefs, and emotions about money, and to see those shifts show up for you in real, tangible, bankable ways. All the best ways, right? We don't lead with positive thinking and expect our outer world with money to change. And the reason is because our thinking, beliefs, and emotions about money, they run so deep in our subconscious that it takes more than just positive thinking to reveal, release, and redefine them. Outer actions are the catalyst for the inner work, and the inner work is where the transformation happens. Now, when you tie cleaning up your thinking, beliefs, and emotions about money to an outer action, what happens is you move quickly through that period of transformation, and you start seeing results quickly in how much money that you're making in revenue coming into your business, in profit, which is the money you're keeping from your business, in your savings, which I'm going to be talking to you a lot about because I am such a huge saver, in how you manage your cash flow to pay yourself, to create your nest egg, which is your savings buffer, to pay down debt, and to spend consciously. All right, so to finish up here, be sure to head over to secretenergyofmoney.com, get on that wait list if you're clear that you want to start making, keeping, and saving more money. And again, if you can take 2 minutes to leave a 5-star review, I would so greatly appreciate it. It tells the algorithm to put this podcast in front of more women like you, big-hearted women who want to make money and impact. All right, remember, coaching changes lives, starting with yours. Thank you for listening, and thank you so much for your loyalty. I so appreciate you for that. I'll see you next week in our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Money Coach School podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you follow so you never miss an episode. Also, I would so love and appreciate if you would leave a 5-star review. Your review supports women just like you in discovering all of the juicy tips and insights I'm sharing here on how to coach women on money. And if you want to learn how to excel at coaching women on money, definitely go to kendallsummerhawk.com and check out the wealth of money coach trainings that we have for you. Thanks so much for being part of this money coaching movement and for tuning into the show every week.